acclimated to the course and everything like that. Just because work has been a little bit crazy, but of course, not trying to make up excuses and stuff like that. But starting a new thing while work is picking up has been challenging. But I'm looking to take the June or August LSAT, so it's kind of like I got to make it work in a sense, in that way.
Sure, sure, of course. Well, you're certainly not the only one who has to balance LSAT prep with other obligations, and it's great that you're allowing plenty of time. We're speaking now mid-February, so you've got plenty of time, several months between now and taking the LSAT over the summer.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's
great. So tell me a little bit about any challenges you're facing or any areas I could support you on.
Yeah, I think just in terms of just making sure I'm doing the course and using it to its best ability in a sense. And so I started off in the foundational course, and that's where I'm starting out at. And I have some previous LSAT experience before as well. I graduated college in spring 2021. And so I had started studying before COVID and then kind of fell to the wayside in that sense and decided to take a gap year. And so I do have some background in it in a sense. I'm not great or a professional. I've taken the LSAT before as well in November 2020. And so it's not like I'm totally new to it, but I wanted to start off in the foundational aspect and like with the 4 to 5 month study plan just to kind of keep myself on track. And then I guess kind of my question is, with the live courses, because like in the foundational, it starts off with logic games, but then if there's a reading comprehension live course, is it okay if I go to that? Or like, do I need to pick the live courses that align with what I'm studying for that week on my own in that way?
Yeah, great question. It's a common one. So yes, you can certainly join any of the live classes that you would like. We offer them on all different areas every single week for students who are at different points in their prep. And so I could understand if you're in the Logic Games foundational area, getting the basics down on that. Should you attend reading comp live classes? I would say yes, if you're available at that time and you'd like to dip your toes in the water there and see what it's like. The exposure can only help.
Awesome. Okay, definitely. And then as I'm getting back into studying, because it's been a couple months since I've actually looked at LSAT materials with the live courses, is it okay to just go to them and kind of observe in the beginning? And like, of course, if there was prep work to do ahead of time, I would do that. But is it okay to, go for the first one and just kind of see how it is and maybe not exactly come prepared like with questions necessarily? Or would you not recommend that and go to courses that I have like definitive, 2 or 3 questions or something like that?
It's okay to show up with no prior knowledge, and as little prep as you're able to do is totally fine. The exposure can only help. And you understand that if you're totally new to an area, a lot of the material might seem like a lot. So just go in knowing that, and that's
Definitely.
okay. You can always watch some related foundational material prior to attending the class. You can also ask questions, of course. We try to make every single class we offer live accessible to all students, regardless of prior exposure. And it's a totally safe place to ask questions. You can type in the chat. You can unmute yourself and ask. We also have a course admin who will be there live on the call, so you can ask questions to them without interrupting the instructor. It's totally up to you, whatever you'd like.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Just because I was trying to see like how the live courses mixed in, and that's something that attracted to me to your program as well, just because I had used a previous program before and it was more so a lot like on your own, which is like also good in a sense. And I think that yours strikes a good balance in that way. And so that was kind of like my questions in a sense right now. I mean, of course, like I've covered all subjects before, but I think, just really perfecting it in a sense and becoming efficient at it as well. And like really learning the foundation of each section instead of just like learning to get a perfect, well, not a perfect score, that's far fetched, but, just actually really learning it is what attracted me to this course in that way, just because I do want to feel accomplished on test day and feel confident going into it. Cause I think that's where I lacked in 2020 when I took the LSAT.
Totally. Yeah. And I do want you to feel confident going in, and you do have several months between now and test day to master all sections, all question types. So don't say that a perfect score is far-fetched. Obviously, most people don't get there, but the only way you can get there is by believing that you can and by leaving no stone unturned. And so any question type that gives you trouble, anything that gives you difficulty, don't just check it off as saying, oh, that's what I'm going to skip on test day. Put in the time, put in the work to understand it and learn it to the fullest extent. You have several months, which is enough time to really learn anything at all. And if something is just sticking and you can't get it unstuck, show up to live classes, ask your questions, shoot me an email. I'll do whatever I can to point you in the right direction, but I do want you to ideally understand everything before you walk in, and it's possible.
Definitely. Definitely. And I guess kind of in terms of a question that just popped up for me with timeline, I know that you have the certain month study plans, and I'm not necessarily married to June or August. June is more ideal with like my work schedule and stuff like that, but August isn't like totally undoable or anything in that way. Um, right now, would you recommend just kind of using the 4 month study plan, then about a month or two out if I think I'm not ready for June, then pushing it back to August, or what would you, or would I, should I just go for August and kind of just skip over June to allow myself enough time in that sense?
That's a great question. There's no one right answer on this.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see the benefits of both approaches there. Nice thing
Mm-hmm.
about taking June and August is that you have two at bats. You
Yeah.
prepare for June. As you get closer, if you're not feeling like you're at where you want to be in terms of goal scores, you can always postpone. Law
Perfect.
schools will never even know that you were initially registered for June.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also use those additional 2 months simply to take full length timed exams, individual timed
Mm-hmm.
sections, review in depth to work on your pacing and endurance.
Definitely.
So you could definitely take both, or you could take only August. It's totally
Mm-hmm.
up to you. Fine either way, and you can still apply at the very beginning of the cycle, regardless
Definitely.
of which one you do.
Definitely. Awesome. That's kind of the questions that I came prepared with. I know that we have 15 minutes, but that's kind of where I came prepared. And as I'm starting to work through everything, if I have any more questions, I can definitely email. But that's kind of all I had.
Okay, sure, Tara. Well, it was great to meet you. If
It's
anything
good to
else
meet
comes
you.
up, just shoot me an email, reach out. I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.